Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my channel. This is Tanush. Today I'm making this video, a small video to talk about the transit of Jupiter into the sign of Pisces, which is going to happen in April, right? So it's too early. I know it's too early, to make this video. But today, actually, I had seen a situation wherein a brother of one of my very close friend, he was going through a very tough situation from past 2 years. He lost his job, he's into heavy debts, and he attempted something which he shouldn't have attempted. And this fellow is a family person with two kids, and everything is fine, but because he lost his job and he's into financial crisis, he did something which was very bad. And then I read his chart and saw that he's going to get into a very good time starting from April, when Jupiter is going to transit into the sign of Pisces or Kanya Rashi. And then we had discussion, I told, and it gave that person a lot of hope. So I thought that why not make a video, especially for four lagnas, that is Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces, for these four lagnas, because Jupiter is going to form a wonderful Pancha Mahapurush yoga known as Hamsa Pancha Mahapurush yoga, right? This is one of the Raj Yoga, which gives excellent results. Now it's already past midnight, but still I would like to make this video because even I'm quite disturbed, with what I've seen today. So friends, Jupiter was in a very bad spot from past 2 years. Though in 2019 Jupiter was in its own Muldrikon Rashi of Sagittarius, it was in tight conjunction with Ketu, Saturn, and few other planets, which made it quite ineffective. It couldn't actually give the results which it was supposed to give, and the problem started from then. Then the COVID came, and then Jupiter got into debilitation for almost more than 13 months. So we saw this phenomenon in 2020 as well as 2021, right? And November 2021, now Jupiter is into the sign of Aquarius, which is quite good. So things are better. But in the month of April, we are going to see quite important transits. One is Jupiter getting into the sign of Pisces, right? So I'll restrict my discussion to Jupiter. Now Jupiter is a Karaka for many good things in this world. So Jupiter is a Karaka for marriage. It is the Karaka for children. It's also the Karaka for education, gurus, spiritual path, higher education, higher principles, spirituality, finance, many good things. Jupiter is a Karaka, and we see that in the past 2 years, all these things have been impacted severely, right? And like I said in my previous video, Jupiter is also Karaka for teachers, and we have seen past almost like 1.5 to 2 years, teachers had to struggle so much and extend themselves to teach to kids online. They had to learn a lot of new things, new technology, and they were quite uncomfortable. So now Jupiter is in a kind of okay sign. It's in the sign of Aquarius, but in the month of April, it's going to transit into the sign of Pisces. Now the sign of Pisces is a very good sign. It's a very peaceful sign. It's a spiritual sign, we can say. It is a very creative sign, right? Imaginative sign also, we can say. So Jupiter, which is Karaka for all these wonderful things which we discussed, when it gets into the sign of Pisces, which is its own sign, it's quite comfortable, quite happy. And for these four ascendants, especially Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius and Pisces, it is going to create the Hamsa Pancha Mahapurush show. So it is among one of the Pancha Mahapurush show. So it's going to create that. So I'll just go ascendant wise for Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, and discuss what kind of results they can expect. So if any one of you is going through Jupiter Mahadasha, then this transit is going to be excellent. So a lot depends again on your dasha, which dasha you are going through, how Jupiter is placed. But in general, this transit is going to be very good for everyone, and especially for these four ascendants. Now, to speak about Gemini, Jupiter, gave a lot of trouble because Jupiter is a lot of two best houses, right? The seventh house and the 10th house. Again, two very important Kendra houses, because 10th house is your job front, right? It's your job front, your career, your business, your, and 7th house is the house of your partnership, business contracts, marriage, right? So all these things were impacted, and Jupiter was in the 8th house, debilitated, looking at the second house along with Saturn. So it also impacted your finance very, very badly. And I have seen many cases where people have either lost their jobs or were quite uncomfortable in their jobs. They took salary cuts, just to survive. So all those things happened, but now things are going to change when Jupiter gets into the sign of Pisces, right? So what can we expect is you can expect change in the job. You can get into a wonderful job, or if you are very comfortable in your current position, then you are going to get a new project or new work. You can expect promotion. And sitting in a 10th house, Jupiter is also aspecting the second house of finance, right? And where Jupiter is actually exalted, so a sign of Cancer or Karaka Rashi, where Jupiter or Guru is exalted. So it is also going to improve your finance. It also aspects the 4th house, which means the environment at your home is going to be quite conducive, quite happy. And if you had any plans to construct house or purchase house, then this would be the right time for you. And if you are going through Jupiter Mahadasha, then this transit is going to be one of the excellent transits, right? So this is the time where you can settle in a wonderful job. So for those who have lost their jobs, don't be disheartened. This is the time where you'll get an excellent job with a wonderful salary, right? So don't be disheartened. Don't go to extremes and do something for which everyone has to regret. Now for Gemini, it's going to be one of the wonderful transits. Most of the issues would be resolved, especially with finance, career. People who are not married and are looking for marriage, they'll surely get married, because Jupiter is a lot of your 7th house as well. So apart from this, Rahu Ketu are getting into a very good spot. Saturn is coming to your 9th house and then coming back. So overall for Gemini ascendants, it's going to be one of the best year, I would say. Be prepared, to get into a good time, I would say, right? Now for Virgo ascendants, Jupiter is a lot of your 4th and 7th house, right? So again, two important Kendra houses, and it is forming the Hamsa Pancha Mahapurush sitting in the 7th house. Now for those who are who were planning to get married and it was delayed due to various reasons, this is the perfect time to get married. And I know people who have been facing issues in the marriage, because right now Jupiter is kind of 12th from the 7th house. It's in the 6th house, right? So which indicates a loss of marriage or a disturbance in the married life, right? And Jupiter is never comfortable in the 6th house. So all the issues will be resolved, especially related to marriage, related to business partnership, business contracts. The pending contracts would go through, and it's going to be a wonderful time. Especially the environment of at home is also going to be very good. So just wait for some more time. Again, because it's a lot of your 4th house, if you have plans to purchase house, then this is going to be an excellent transit. You can go ahead with that, right? So any new business ventures you want to get into, again, this is one of the best times for you, right? And for Sagittarius or Dhanu lagna people, now for them, this is also a wonderful transit. Again, it's creating the Hamsa Pancha Mahapurush yoga, because it's a lot of your two Kendra houses, the lagna and the fourth house, and it is getting into your fourth house. And Jupiter does very good in the fourth house. It has very good directional strength. Now, because it's a lot of your ascendant, if you had any health issues, you might have had, because Jupiter was debilitated along with Saturn in the second house. So I'm sure things would have been bad for you, and you know Rahu and Ketu again were also in a very bad spot. So I'm sure there was a lot of disturbance. So on your domestic front, things would be much better. And because Jupiter is coming into a fourth house, if you might purchase some property if you are going through a very favorable dasha, or if you are going through Jupiter Mahadasha, then it's like you surely will purchase a good property, or you would construct a house if you have land. So many good things. Again, sitting there, it is aspecting your 10th house. You'll get a lot of stability at your workplace. You'll get good recognition as well. So be prepared for good times. And if you had some health issues, or if you were going through financial crunch, because Jupiter was debilitated in the second house, right, along with Saturn. I mean, Saturn is in the own house, but Jupiter was debilitated there. So it surely indicates disturbance in the family, dispute in the ancestral property, and financial crunch. So this issues would be resolved. All the things which I have mentioned will be resolved now. Things will be much better. So April 2022 to April 2023 is going to be an excellent time for you. Now for Pisces, Jupiter is going to transit into your ascendant, right? So wonderful time for you, and it is lot of, again, your 10th house and your ascendant. So 10th house is again your job, right? So you surely might have had issues with your career or your business. So all those things would be resolved now. Chances are there that you might get into a new job with a wonderful package again, and it's a time where you can expect, unmarried people can expect to get married. And if you have any plans for kids, it's an excellent time. You can go ahead. So guys, I'm just making this video to give you hope, because good time is surely going to come. So don't lose hope, because everyone has gone through tough times, right, in the past 2 years. But this year would be, I would say, the year of revival, right? It's going to be a very good year for most of the people. So don't lose hope. Be hopeful, because if you are hopeful, then you will have that courage, you will have that confidence and enthusiasm, and things are going to surely improve in just another 3 months. Be hopeful, be prepared for the good times. Thank you so much. See you again with another video. Thank you.